And look at this palette. I feel like an artist just looking at it, like I could paint a Picasso on my face. Keep in mind, if you ever overdo something or you're worried it's overdone, personally for me, there's no such thing as overdone. You can just keep blending. For me, I'm a lazy bitch, and the one thing that this palette is missing for me is something I pull out all the time. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an eye look for you using the Jaclyn Hill palette. This has been highly requested and I wanted to make sure I could get this in for you guys while I had some daylight and I could get this in for you. And so many of you, a lot of you said you didn't care what colors I used because I mean, look at this palette. I feel like an artist just looking at it, like I could paint a Picasso on my face. So I think I really do want to get into these shades, but I feel like that's definitely going to be more of a spring summer look, and I want you to be able to use whatever look I'm giving you right now. I may try to incorporate this in a pop of color somewhere. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to go over here towards some of these red tones because a lot of you said you wanted to know more about the red tones, some of the brown tones, and I could kind of show you some of the colors that I use almost every day. Let's jump in. If you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every week. If you are newer to my channel, you may not know, but I am obsessed with the Moda Pro BMX 430 crease brush. We got this in a boxy charm and I love it. I start all of my eye looks with it. So I already have on some primer on both of my eyes. So I'm gonna come up here, Silk Cream and MFEO. I'm gonna go back and forth into both of these, just tapping into it and going right into my crease. I love these shades to just kind of start in the eye look. It doesn't even matter if I'd be going into greens, reds, purples, blues. This, for me and my skin, is a great start. I just gotta pull it all the way through. And some weekends, like that's the main part of the eye look, and then I do something with the lid, eyelashes, and go. But today we're doing a full look. I'm gonna go into the shade Pukey, and this might be one of my favorite shades personally. I really like how it's got this warm brown yellow undertone, and I feel like that can also just be a nice vibrant lay down color because it could go with so many looks. I like to put this in my crease and it still like comes through in a way that I really enjoy no matter what shade I'm going into. If I'm doing a bold shade, if I'm doing a more neutral everyday wear shade, I think this brings so much life to an eye look. I just pull that all the way through my crease as well. I really believe if you're new to or getting back into makeup, invest in a palette that is easy. This palette is easy. It blends really well. You guys see me just put these through the crease super smooth, super fast, not a lot of effort. It doesn't require you to be a makeup artist to make it look good. This palette and the ColourPop palettes for me do that. They're super easy. And keep in mind, if you ever overdo something or you're worried it's overdone, personally for me, there's no such thing as overdone. You can just keep blending. If you just keep blending, everything's gonna smooth out even more than you think it can. Just keep that in mind if you're new. I'm gonna go in here to Roxanne, which is this dead center mauve-y undertone brown red shade. You like that description? And I just put it like on the tip of this Moda Pro, and I'm gonna focus right out here in the outer corner of my eye and kind of slowly work my way in. This brush, along with these shadows, really helps to make this very smooth and seamless. And for anyone that really likes a subtle look, that could be enough, but we both know I'm not subtle. I like to kick off any excess. There's not a lot of kickback, but enough that I always want to do that just so I have full control of my look. I like how this is like a brown red, and I'm just really focusing on keeping it right up here, right? Packing it in there. Now I'm going to do it to the other side. And I really keep the pigment and the shades on the tip of this brush so I can control where it goes, so it's not ending up out here. I'm already really liking where this is going, but it's really hard to make these shadows look bad. This is the shade Pooter, which, you know, these are all personal names to Jaclyn, so we all get to sound funny saying them. I'm gonna take this down on the bottom part of my lid and not go up as high. I'm gonna leave this part up here alone, but just focus on the lid in the corner. kind of just layering it up. These layer and blend so beautifully. She really did do a good job of making sure that these were easy to use. And just in case you're curious, what I wipe my brush off with is just this insert that comes in BoxyCharms. I literally just wipe off my brush with that and it really gets it clean really quickly. You don't need to invest in expensive stuff. Use what you got. Now I'm going to be switching over to a flat brush. I'm going to be reaching for my Luxie 227T brush. This is the little guy we got in BoxyCharm, but any flat-ish brush will work. This one just happens to have a little bit of fluff at the end of it, so I really like that for packing on my pigments. What I like to do, and I've seen people do it both ways, you can take a setting spray before or after you dip it into the shade you're gonna do. I personally like to put it on first. That may change in the future, but right now this is what works for me. This is just my MAC Fix Plus, but you can really use any setting spray that you want. It doesn't matter. You can even just use water if you want. I'm gonna go over here into the shade Firework, and this is like a rust metallic-y pressed shade. I really like this shade. And this is gonna be a Voom look. Now, if you are wanting something a little bit more subtle but using the reds, you then could go into more one of these pinker tones. It's not gonna be as like crazy bold if you're going to the grocery store and you don't wanna look crazy. I clearly don't care about that. Or you could come into some of these shades over here that are a lot more subtle but still give you that shimmer shine pow look. Me personally, I'm gonna go into Firework because I'm gonna give you a full bold look today. I'm just gonna take this here and pack this on my lid. Sometimes you gotta raise your eyebrows if you have big eyes like I do, so that way you don't get any lines in the crease here, and I'm just kind of working my way up and towards the middle. I really like how this really is a different type of shimmer. It's a metallic-y, I don't even want to call it a shimmer. It's more metallic, and it's just very bold, and it gives so much life to an eye look. I'm gonna go back to my Moda Pro that has been wiped off. Again, dab at the top into Pukey, not too much. Tap it off, and then just come up here into the crease again and just blend and marry things. So there's no harsh lines, and we're just kind of giving a little bit of that yellow-brown undertone, giving that some life to add some fire. So we have the deeper tones out here, we have the metallic-y shade here, and then we've definitely brushed through here with some layers that are really giving this some fire and some life to it. I'm really enjoying this. Now, sometimes I can, if you want to sit here and blend and blend and blend, what you can do is just have this crease here be really seamless up into the lighter shade of your lid. For me, I'm a lazy bitch, and the one thing that this palette is missing for me is something I pull out all the time, and it is my Ride or Die matte cream shade, and it is Wet n Wild's Brulee. I've bought this in like a 3-pack on Amazon because I love to use it up here. I just take a little brush, swirl around up here. This one's just a flat brush, and I come up here and I just blend all this out. For me, this just gives me a polished look. And then I sometimes will go back underneath the brow and just add in a highlight. That just really kind of gives it more of this airbrushed finished look. That is the one thing for me the Jaclyn Hill palette is missing. I really thought one of these two shades or maybe a combination of this would work for that, but so far that's not worked for me the way the Wet n Wild Brulee has. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my Crown C513 brush, which is just this little domed brush here. I really like it. And take it into one of these two shades. And the way I determine which one of these two I want to use, because these are a highlight shade for me right under the brow bone and in the inner corner, is I base it off my eye look. For me, this one over here is clearly warmer. So if I'm doing a warm eye look, I tend to gravitate to that so it seems more, it goes with the look better in my opinion. It's much more seamless. And then this one is much more, in my mind, for lighter tones, maybe cooler tones. So as you can see, I really pressed into this one a lot more because I do gravitate more towards warm eye looks. So I'm just gonna dap into that just a little bit, kick it off, and go right under the brow here to just give that a little bit of a lift. I just have done that for years. And then if you feel like, oh, I've done too much, it's so easy to just go back in with the brush that you used with the Brulee or whatever shade you use at the top, if you use one at all. You can use a brush that has nothing on it and just literally buff that out a bit. It just makes everything more polished, but you do you, whatever works best. So now I need to do something under the lashes to really give this look some life and to make it feel complete. So I know some of you guys really wanted me to kind of delve down here. I've done this before and I'm trying to decide if I want to do something different, but I've definitely dipped here into this blue shade Twerk to go under my eyes a lot. I could do that today. These are a little bit more bold. I think that blue would be better. So what I have here is my Luxie 221 T brush. And this is just a flat little guy that, again, I got in a BoxyCharm. I love to use this angled brush to go under my lashes. Now, if this color isn't pigmented enough and I've used other shades that weren't, you can also spray this brush as well. But I'm pretty sure with this, I don't have to. So I just have it on the tip here and I'm gonna start outside in my outer corner and work my way in. Yeah, definitely don't need a setting spray. This is super duper pigmented and that's awesome. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. So where I'm stopping is kind of right when I start to get to the corners of my eyes. I am stopping there intentionally because I'm gonna go in with the shade that I used for my brow bone right all up in here and give this whole area some life and really open up the face. This is my Crown C513 brush again that I used under the brow. I'm gonna take the same one with the same shade, dap it in, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go right in here and blend and marry this down to the blue and up into the red, but not too crazy. Do you see how that just little bit there just gives that so much life right in that corner? Those little bits really complete an eye look, in my opinion. I even do a little bit up into the red or whatever shade is on my lid and marry it up a bit. But I also have very big eyes. If you have smaller eyes, that may not work for you. But the beautiful part about makeup is you can try anything and see what works for you and what doesn't. And if it doesn't work, yeah, wipe it off. So what I'm doing is taking this right to the blue, but not going past the blue on both sides. And taking it up a little up here and then a little up here. Next, if you wanted to do some winged liner, you could do that, some lashes, whatever makes you happy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just add on a little bit of winged liner and some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I popped on some eyelashes and some liner. I gave myself a little bit of a wing here, and I kind of connected the blue with the liner. The liner gave me so much shit today, it was ridiculous. You know when you're at the end of a really good liner and it's doing really good, really good, really good, and then you get to the tip part of the wing and it's like, that's what happened. I hate that. But I did marry these. I'll zoom you in a little bit so you can see it. So I just kind of took the blue and the liner and just kind of blended them, just kind of took the line and went there. You can kind of do whatever you want. If you don't like a wing or if this was already dramatic enough, you could skip it. The lashes I have on are the Demi Wispies from Ardell. I like them because they're really easy to apply and they go in really good with my regular lashes. They're really great for some dramatic looks, but at the same time, I can wear it out and not feel like it's too much for everyday wear. You know what I mean? So this is the end result of the Jaclyn Hill eye look that I'm doing for you guys today. I'm thinking about doing more of a spring summer look for you in a couple of weeks and popping into those bold shades. Got Pool Party and Jada. I know you guys were asking about those as well, just kind of trying to figure out how to use them. I could even say now, if you were really dying to do it, you could use it for your under eyelash, you could use it in the inner corner, you could do whatever you want with it. I'm probably gonna do a bold look with that in the future. I could see that coming. Now, if this is not dramatic enough for you, if this is something that you're like, I need to go a little bit more, I would then, if I were you, I would go in with my Moda Pro crease brush again, and I would dip into one of these deeper shades over here. This is Chip and this is Mocha. You could go into either one of those, kind of do both, tap it off, and then, while we're here, I'll just do it. Just kind of go down here into the corner and kind of blend out, and that immediately adds some depth to the eyes. Doop, doop. You can literally just tap it in here, blend it out, As you can see, that adds a lot of depth to the eyes. It really makes them pop, so you could take this from a day look to a night look if you want to. I hope you guys have enjoyed this Jaclyn Hill step-by-step tutorial. I hope this really helped you guys figure out how to wear it with the red tones and some of the brown tones, but also how to use pops of color with the highlight and these bold shades down here. Thank you guys so much for watching this step-by-step tutorial. I hope it helped you to figure out how to use this palette. If you have more questions, feel free to ask them below. I will try to address them or bring them up in another video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every week. Bye, friends! If you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud. The dog's loud. The dog is loud.